If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths, rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success. Did you know that crude oil is considered the mother of all commodities? Because of its use in the manufacturing of numerous products including gasoline, synthetic fabrics, plastic, and pharmaceuticals? Or that John D. Rockefeller, who revolutionized and dominated the oil industry in the late 19th and early 20th century, had a net worth measuring 1.4 trillion in today's dollars at the time of his death. Or that the United States has over 200,000 miles of oil pipelines within its borders. Hey everyone, Dan here with Ethos Investing. Stay tuned to hear more interesting information about the energy sector, and later in my first sector portfolio reveal, we will discuss my 2 holdings in my smallest sector by portfolio value. Now let's jump into the intricacies of the energy sector. The energy sector is a term used to describe companies whose business models are dominated by either of the following activities: the construction or provision of oil rigs, drilling equipment, and other energy-related service and equipment. Companies engage in the exploration, production, marketing, refining, and/or transportation of oil and gas products, coal, renewable energy, and other consumable fuels. The companies that compose the energy sector are involved in numerous forms of energy. These forms generally fall into one of 2 categories. The first category is non-renewable energy. This includes oil and gas drilling and production companies that drill, pump, and produce oil and natural gas. Production typically involves pulling oil out of the ground. Oil and natural gas must be delivered from the production site to a refinery to be refined into a final product such as gasoline. Companies within this portion of the energy sector are called midstream providers. Some companies specialize in refining oil and gas into specialty chemicals, although many larger oil producers such as Exxon Mobil are integrated energy producers, meaning they produce multiple types of energy and control the entire process. The second category is renewable or clean energy, which is wildly in vogue around the world due to environmental concerns. Clean energy has gained traction and investment dollars over the years and is likely to be a growing part of the energy sector in the future. Examples of renewable energy include wind, solar, and biofuels such as ethanol. One can invest in the energy sector in a number of ways. The choices include purchasing equities or specific energy companies, buying mutual funds, investing in exchange-traded funds, and of course, buying the commodities themselves. There are numerous energy-related ETFs that provide diversified exposure to the energy sector. A few of the more popular energy ETFs include the Energy Select Sector Spider Fund, or ticker symbol XLE, Vanguard's Energy ETF, or ticker symbol VDE, and the Spider S&P Oil and Gas Exploration and Production ETF, or ticker symbol XOP. Some popular energy companies by market cap are Royal Dutch Shell, which includes both tickers RDSA and RDSB, with a total market cap of $226 billion, Exxon Mobil, or ticker symbol XOM, with a total market cap of $177 billion, Chevron Corporation, or CVX, with a total market cap of $156 billion, Total, or TOT, at $97 billion, and rounding out the top 5 is British Petroleum, or ticker symbol BP, at nearly $74 billion. Invariably, traditional energy plays will undoubtedly face headwinds in the future. Oil and gas aren't going away anytime soon, but many of these companies have begun to diversify their strategies into renewable and alternative energy sources in an effort to evolve going forward and to be more attractive to the next generation of investor. In late 2016, Russia and Saudi Arabia formed an alliance known as OPEC+. This alliance was formed to collectively cut oil production levels to bring balance to the market and to prop up oil prices. The entire point of this consortium had been to better combat the recent surge in non-OPEC production volumes that was being led by the United States. Unfortunately, Russia hasn't abided by the agreement to cut production and has in fact ramped up production as of late 2019. As a result, the agreement essentially fell apart in early 2020 as Russia refused requests by the Saudis to limit production to help maintain higher oil prices. Saudi Arabia responded in early March 2020 by drastically cutting production in an attempt to increase prices. Unfortunately, this move didn't work by the Saudis, and coupled with the world health crisis, the world saw a precipitous drop in Brent crude prices, which fell nearly 30%. Luckily, Moscow and Riyadh struck an agreement in late April 2020, which cut production by 5 million barrels per day by OPEC Plus nations. Despite the agreement, a recovery in crude oil prices to late 2019 levels of roughly $60 per barrel will require economies of the world mitigating the global health crisis and reopening completely for economic activity. A sector positive is that supply and demand are starting to rebalance, but oil inventories are still elevated due to the huge drop in demand caused by the global economic shutdown. Please keep in mind that the energy sector continues to be an important driver of industrial growth over the past century, providing fuel to power the rest of the economy. The International Energy Agency also said global demand should rebound to an average of 97.4 million barrels per day in 2021. That is about 5.7 million barrels per day higher than this year, and the biggest annual jump ever. If you feel this content is going to help you on your investment journey, please hit the like button so I know you are following me. Now let's take a look at my 2 energy sector holdings in my portfolio. We will start with the smaller position first. Did you know that Condoleezza Rice is a former member of the board of directors and also headed this company's Committee on Public Policy until she resigned on January 15, 2001 to become National Security Advisor for President George W. Bush? Any guesses on which company? Comment below after the video finishes and let me know if you got this one right. The company is Chevron. Chevron is an American multinational energy corporation headquartered in San Ramon, California. They operate in more than 180 countries and are engaged in every aspect of the oil, natural gas, and geothermal energy industries, including hydrocarbon exploration and production, refining, marketing and transport, chemicals manufacturing and sales, and power generation. Chevron Corporation employs about 50,000 people, with about half residing in the United States. It currently boasts a market cap of about $156 billion. In 2019, Chevron produced 3.06 million net oil equivalent barrels per day from operations around the world. The company is considered one of the 7 oil supermajors. The term emphasizes their economic power and influence on politics, especially in the United States. The use of the term supermajor in media often excludes national producers and OPEC oil companies who have a much greater role in setting prices than the supermajors. The company operates in 3 segments: upstream, midstream, and downstream. The upstream segment includes searching for potential underground or underwater crude oil and natural gas fields, drilling exploratory wells, and subsequently drilling and operating the wells that recover and bring the crude oil or raw natural gas to the surface. The midstream segment involves the transportation by pipeline, rail, barge, oil tanker or truck, storage, and wholesale marketing of crude or refined petroleum products. Pipelines and other transport systems can be used to move crude oil from production sites to refineries and deliver the various refined products to downstream distributors. The downstream segment engages in refining crude oil into petroleum products, marketing crude oil and refined products, and manufacturing and marketing commodity petrochemicals and fuel and lubricant additives, as well as plastics for industrial use. Now let's take a look at my holdings. I'm currently holding 10.17 shares of Chevron. At a current dividend yield of 6.15%, Chevron drips $52.40 a year into my hybrid portfolio composed of both single stocks and ETFs. If you would like more information on Chevron's recent acquisition of Noble Energy, I recommend you check out my colleague's excellent YouTube channel called Stock Ninja. His current channel focus is on merger and acquisitions, as well as companies that beat the S&P 500. A link to his channel is in the description. The second and final holding in the energy sector within my portfolio will come as no surprise to many viewers. Let's check out a quick fact and see who can name the company. Did you know that former Secretary of State Rex Tillerson used to serve as chairman and CEO of this company from 2006 to 2017 before joining the Trump administration? Any guesses? The answer is Exxon Mobil, which is the top holding in the energy sector of my portfolio. Exxon Mobil is an American multinational gas and oil corporation headquartered in Irving, Texas. It was founded in 1870 and is a direct descendant of John D. Rockefeller's Standard Oil. Exxon Mobil currently has a market cap of around $177 billion and has nearly 71,000 employees across the globe. Exxon Mobil Corporation explores for and produces crude oil and natural gas in the United States, Canada and other Americas, Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia and Oceania. It operates in 3 segments: upstream, downstream, and chemical. The corporation is also involved in the manufacture, trade, transport, and sale of crude oil, petroleum products, and other specialty products. This includes the manufacturing and marketing of petrochemicals, including aromatics and other items. As of December 31st, 2019, Exxon Mobil had approximately 23,857 net operated wells with proven resources of 22.4 billion oil equivalent barrels. In an effort to assist in the current health crisis, the company produced raw materials such as polypropylene and isopropyl alcohol for medical masks, gowns, and hand sanitizer. Now let's take a closer look at my Exxon Mobil holdings. I'm currently holding 32.39 shares of Exxon Mobil. At a current dividend yield of 8.27%, Exxon Mobil drips $112 annually into my portfolio. As a sector, my energy positions only account for 0.5% of my total hybrid portfolio holdings, with a value of approximately $2,216, with Exxon Mobil and Chevron accounting for a total drip of $165.20. The goal is to continue adding around $3,000 each month to the portfolio through the end of the year. Keep an eye out for my next portfolio sector reveal. Please comment below what sector you think will be next. As always, lead the way, motivate others around you, remain physically and mentally resilient, foster a positive investing ethos, be pragmatic, and have fun achieving your goals. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. The opinions expressed in this video are solely for educational and entertainment purposes only. Any stock purchase I show in videos should not be considered an investment recommendation. Investing involves risk, and you should do your own research. For investment advice, please seek the counsel of a financial advisor.